The Orion expanse stretched out before them like an endless, glimmering tapestry of stars and cosmic dust, a realm where the boundaries of time and space blurred into an eternal twilight. In the year 2540, humanity's ambitions reached their zenith in this remote frontier, where every nebula and asteroid field whispered secrets of long-forgotten civilizations. It was here, amid the silent majesty of the cosmos, that the UNS Titan-class warship loomed, a colossal sentinel forged by human ingenuity and resolve. The warship, with its sleek, angular hull and pulsating energy conduits, sailed through the void as if it were an extension of the very darkness around it. Its metallic surface reflected the scattered light of distant suns, creating a dazzling interplay of brilliance and shadow. Each rivet and panel of the ship's design was a testament to decades of advanced engineering, meant to withstand not only the perils of interstellar travel, but also the ever-looming threat of hostile forces lurking in the cosmic shadows. Below the vast expanse of stars, deep within the command bridge, the hum of machinery and the steady rhythm of the ship's life support systems provided a constant, reassuring background, a reminder that even in the emptiness of space, order and discipline reigned supreme. Large viewports offered breathtaking panoramas of swirling gas clouds and glittering star clusters, inviting the crew to lose themselves in wonder, even as they remained ever vigilant for signs of danger. In these silent depths, the crew of the UNS Titan-class warship felt a profound sense of both isolation and purpose. Their vessel was not merely a means of exploration, but a bastion of hope for humanity, a floating citadel that bridged the gap between the known and the unknown. Tales of ancient alien relics and mysterious energies embedded within the very fabric of space circulated among the ranks, whispers of a past that could unlock both unimaginable power and catastrophic peril. Unbeknownst to most, there was an undercurrent of tension rippling through the corridors of the warship. Far beyond the safety of their reinforced hull, shadowy figures moved in secret across the vast canvas of the expanse. Rumors of a formidable alien presence, one that watched and waited, had begun to infiltrate the crew's consciousness like a slow, creeping dread. The silence of space, once a source of awe, now seemed imbued with a latent threat, a reminder that in the universe's grand design, no light shone without the embrace of darkness. As the Titan-class warship sailed deeper into the Orion expanse, the crew braced for the unknown. Every flicker on the radar and every anomaly detected in the vast cosmic sea served as a potential harbinger of the conflict to come. In the vastness of space, where every shadow might conceal an enemy, the line between wonder and war had grown perilously thin. Thus began the journey into the heart of darkness, a voyage not only through the physical reaches of space, but also into the depths of human courage and resilience. In this realm of eternal night and fleeting light, the stage was set for an encounter that would echo through the annals of history, a confrontation where the destiny of worlds would hang in a delicate balance. Captain Mara Jansen stood on the bridge of the UNS Titan-class warship, her gaze fixed on the unyielding darkness beyond the star-studded vista. Every line on her face told a story, a blend of experience, determination, and sorrow. The steady hum of the ship's systems merged with the soft whispers of the cosmos, each sound a reminder of battles fought and losses endured. In that quiet space, memories of a once thriving colony, now reduced to echoes of a tragic past, flared up like ghosts in the dark. Mara's eyes, deep and unrelenting, betrayed the pain of loss and the weight of responsibility. The colony she once called home had been a beacon of hope, a vibrant community shattered by an alien onslaught that left her with more questions than answers. Every command she issued, every maneuver plotted, was laced with the resolve to prevent such devastation from ever recurring. Yet beneath the veneer of steadfast leadership, her heart remained scarred by the personal costs of war. In the moments before dawn on the bridge, Mara would often retreat into introspection. Alone with her thoughts, she replayed the final moments of her lost home, a cacophony of desperate voices and the relentless roar of enemy fire. These recollections, though painful, steeled her resolve. They served as a silent vow that no sacrifice would be in vain. Every risk taken, every life safeguarded, would be a tribute to those lost. Her second-in-command, Lieutenant Arlen Voss, entered the room quietly, breaking the captain's reverie. "Captain, the navigational arrays have detected an unusual energy spike near the periphery. It might be nothing, or it might be the first sign of our contact," he said, his tone a careful balance of caution and optimism. Mara's response was measured, her voice a calm echo in the confined space. "Keep a close watch, Lieutenant. Every anomaly in this sector could be a whisper of what's to come." Her words carried the weight of authority, yet the underlying concern was palpable. Voss, ever perceptive, noted the flicker of hesitation behind her firm gaze, a fleeting vulnerability quickly masked by resolve. As the day unfolded, Mara convened a series of confidential briefings with her senior officers. In the sterile glow of the war room, detailed maps and strategic projections were sprawled out before them. The room pulsed with a tension born not solely from the prospect of an alien confrontation, but from the uncertain loyalty and mounting pressures that came with the command of a warship on the brink of an unprecedented conflict. During these sessions, Mara's leadership shone through, both in her strategic insight and her ability to inspire confidence amidst uncertainty. Her questions were probing and precise. What do we truly know about this energy surge? Could it be an enemy probe or a natural anomaly? The officers exchanged glances, each aware that the truth lay somewhere in the interstices of classified data and rapidly evolving intelligence. Despite the ambiguity, her unwavering determination galvanized her crew, forging an unspoken pact to stand resilient against the unknown. Later that evening, in the solitude of her private quarters, Mara allowed herself a brief respite from the relentless pressures of command. The dim lighting and personal mementos, a faded photograph of happier times, a small trinket salvaged from her colony, provided a fragile sanctuary. Here, away from the relentless buzz of military operations, she allowed the haunting memories to surface. The ache of loss mingled with the bitter taste of regret, a reminder that every victory would bear a personal cost. Yet, even in these quiet moments, Mara's resolve never faltered. She scribbled notes into a worn journal, not just records of tactical maneuvers, but reflections on the deeper meaning of leadership and sacrifice. Each written word was a silent testimony to her promise to protect her crew, honor her fallen, and steer humanity towards a future where hope could once again bloom amid the darkness. Thus, amid the interplay of duty and personal grief, Captain Mara Jansen emerged as both a warrior and a keeper of memory, a haunted commander determined to transform her scars into the very armor that would shield her crew from the encroaching shadows of the cosmos. In the depths of an alien command vessel orbiting a darkened world, a different kind of power pulsed through corridors that thrummed with disciplined purpose. General Zyler Valkine stood before a vast, holographic map of star systems and battlefronts, his piercing eyes reflecting the calculated light of countless strategic maneuvers. His chiseled features were set in an expression that blended ruthless determination with a trace of enigmatic honor, a visage that both commanded respect and instilled a quiet terror among his subordinates. Within the dim command chamber, every movement was measured. Zyler's presence was palpable, his reputation as a master tactician preceding him. Clad in ceremonial armor etched with symbols of his ancient lineage, he embodied the martial ethos of his civilization, a people who believed that true honor was forged only in the crucible of relentless warfare. The holographic display pulsed with markers indicating points of interest, human outposts, disputed territories, and, most notably, the location of the UNS Titan-class warship, whose very existence had ignited whispers of defiance across the galaxy. A subordinate, Commander Rix, approached with a mixture of deference and urgency. "General, our sensors have confirmed the presence of the UNS vessel. It's not just another warship. It bears the hallmarks of human ingenuity and a defiant spirit," Rix reported in a voice that trembled with restrained awe. Zyler's gaze hardened, his eyes narrowing as he studied the flickering image before him. "Indeed," he replied in a tone that was both cold and deliberate. "It is the symbol of their resistance. A singular force, capable of unifying human hope into something formidable. They underestimate us at their peril." His words, resonant and unwavering, carried the weight of centuries of tradition and ambition. He saw in the human craft a threat to the order he believed his people were destined to impose on the cosmos. Around him, other alien officers murmured in agreement, each understanding the gravity of their commander's resolve. Yet, even as the assembled officers prepared tactical protocols, Zyler's mind wandered to the philosophical tenets that governed his every decision. In his view, war was not merely a contest of arms, but a crucible for greatness, a way to cleanse the universe of its chaotic impurities and pave the way for a refined order. His ambition was not driven solely by conquest. It was steeped in a deep-seated belief that only through absolute control could his civilization achieve its true potential. As preparations for the impending assault began in earnest, Zyler engaged in a series of terse, strategic dialogues with his top advisors. Ensure that every unit is poised for rapid deployment, he ordered, his voice echoing through the command chamber. I want no surprises. The human spirit may be resilient, but it is also fragile, susceptible to the precision of our calculated strike. One of his most trusted aides, Lieutenant Zorik, ventured a cautious suggestion. General, our preliminary scans indicate unusual energy fluctuations around their ship. It might be a defensive countermeasure, or perhaps an artifact of their technology. Zyler allowed himself a brief moment of contemplation before responding. Every technological marvel has its vulnerabilities, Lieutenant. We shall exploit them with the same precision that defines our legacy. Prepare to intercept and neutralize any anomaly that dares to defy our command. His dismissive tone brooked no argument, reinforcing the inevitability of his strategy. Throughout the course of the day, as his commanders mobilized forces and adjusted battle plans, General Zyler Volkine maintained a vigilant watch over the unfolding preparations. In the quiet intervals between strategic briefings, he gazed out of a colossal viewport into the void, a tapestry of distant galaxies and uncharted territories. There, in the silent expanse, his thoughts turned inward. He pondered the delicate balance between honor and ambition, aware that each decision in the coming conflict would irrevocably shape the destiny of countless worlds. In the heart of the alien empire, Zyler's resolve was clear. The UNS Titan-class warship was not merely a vessel. It was a symbol of defiance that demanded to be extinguished. His mind was set, his strategies honed with meticulous precision, and his will as unyielding as the ancient stone of his forebears' monuments. With each passing moment, the anticipation of battle grew, and in that charged atmosphere, the alien menace was fully unveiled, a force prepared to enforce its vision of cosmic order, no matter the cost. A palpable tension had begun to infiltrate the hallowed halls of the UNS Titan-class warship. Beneath the steady hum of machinery and the relentless glow of data streams, whispers of discontent stirred among the crew. In the command center, the soft murmur of voices blended with the persistent beep of alert systems, each sound a reminder that the calm before the storm was swiftly drawing to a close. Captain Mara Jansen convened an emergency strategy session in the war room, a cavernous space illuminated by holographic star maps and tactical readouts. The air was heavy with uncertainty as senior officers clustered around the central display, their expressions shadowed by a mix of apprehension and determination. Mara's penetrating gaze swept over the assembled officers, her voice low yet resolute. We have detected anomalies in our communication arrays and power fluctuations in several critical systems, she began, her tone both analytical and laden with concern. I suspect internal sabotage. We must be prepared for any breach, be it from enemy hands or within our own ranks. Her words sparked a flurry of hushed exchanges. Among the murmurs, Lieutenant Arlen Voss, a steadfast ally, spoke up. Captain, some crew members have been seen tampering with non-essential circuits. It might be nothing, but given the stakes, it deserves our full attention. His report was met with solemn nods, a silent acknowledgement that the ship's integrity was at risk from both external assaults and internal fractures. Outside the war room, the corridors of the Titan-class warship became a theater of tension. Shadows lengthened as the vessel navigated the unpredictable pockets of cosmic radiation in the Orion expanse. In these dimly lit passages, eyes darted nervously, and hushed conversations filled the void between the clattering of maintenance bots and the distant echo of footfalls. A handful of disillusioned crew members, their faith in command wavering, exchanged furtive glances as they passed sealed doors and security checkpoints. At the same time, far from the internal tumult, an ominous shift unfolded beyond the ship's reinforced hull. The first skirmishes of the alien offensive had begun. In the inky blackness outside, sensors lit up with the rapid movement of enemy vessels, sleek, predatory craft that emerged like specters from the cosmic void. The sudden burst of hostile signals sent shockwaves through the bridge, forcing Mara and her officers to divide their focus between the looming external threat and the simmering crisis within. Back in the war room, a crucial moment of decision arrived when an encrypted alert flashed across Mara's console, an indication that alien forces were closing in on the ship's periphery. The alert wasn't just another routine warning. It was a catalyst that demanded immediate action. Mara's mind raced, weighing the risks of a potential mutiny against the brutal efficiency of the enemy outside. In that fleeting heartbeat, every decision carried the heavy weight of countless lives. Lieutenant Voss, secure all access points and run a full diagnostic on our internal systems. Every corridor, every vent, Mara ordered sharply. I want no room for traitors, not when the enemy is at our gates. Her voice, both a command and a plea, resonated through the room, compelling even the most hesitant officer to act with unyielding urgency. As the battle outside escalated into a series of intense space skirmishes, Mara took a moment to reflect on the dual crises. The ship's internal betrayal was as dangerous as the alien assault, threatening to undermine their strategic advantage at a critical juncture. In her private quarters later that night, the captain pored over logs and intercepted messages, each piece of evidence weaving a tapestry of suspicion and imminent danger. The rhythmic pulse of the ship's engine served as a constant reminder that every second lost in internal discord could spell doom in the chaos of battle. The clash of titanic forces in the cosmos was about to collide with the simmering unrest within the UNS Warship. Every system check, every whispered conversation in shadowed corridors, and every strategic order from Captain Mara Jansen fed into the mounting pressure. The crisis aboard the ship had reached a tipping point, a catalyst that would not only test their technical prowess and unity, but also force each individual to confront their deepest fears and loyalties. In the midst of the chaos, as the alien offensive advanced with a relentless, cold precision, the true battle for the soul of the UNS Titan-class warship had begun. The war was no longer confined to the vastness of space. It had infiltrated the very core of human resolve, setting the stage for a confrontation that would shake the foundations of both enemy and ally alike. The void erupted into chaos as the UNS Titan-class warship found itself at the heart of an all-out cosmic maelstrom. Beyond the reinforced hull, enemy vessels, sleek, predatory craft with iridescent, alien designs, sliced through the darkness with lethal precision. The silence of space was shattered by a symphony of explosive detonations, piercing alarms, and the frantic chatter of battle stations. On the bridge, Captain Mara Jansen's eyes darted between the blaring alerts and the holographic tactical display that depicted the rapidly converging forces. Her command, honed through years of trial and hardship, resonated with steely determination. "All units, engage target clusters on my mark," she ordered, her voice rising above the chaos. Each word cut through the din, a beacon of resolve amid the storm of uncertainty. Outside, the enemy's formation moved with a predatory grace, a swirling mass of ambition and calculated ferocity. General Zyler Valkeen's strategies, meticulously crafted in the alien command vessel, were now set into motion. His fleet executed complex maneuvers that forced the UNS warship into a precarious dance of evasion and counterattack. The interplay of brilliant flashes from energy weapons and the sporadic flare of distant explosions lit the darkness, revealing the stark contrasts of light and shadow in a theater of war. Inside the warship, the battle was not solely waged by advanced technology, but by the human spirit itself. Officers scrambled to adjust firing matrices and reassign shields as damage control teams raced through narrow corridors, patching breaches with trembling urgency. Amid the tumult, The whispers of internal dissent had been silenced by the common enemy. The crew, united by necessity, fought as one against the impending annihilation. Amid the escalating chaos, a critical moment unfolded. In a sector where debris from shattered enemy vessels mingled with the swirling remnants of cosmic dust, Captain Mara was confronted with a split-second decision. The enemy's relentless advance threatened to overrun a critical section of the ship, a vulnerability that, if exploited, could lead to catastrophic failure. With the lives of her crew hanging in the balance, Mara's mind raced through calculated risks and daring maneuvers. "Divert all auxiliary power to the aft shields," she commanded, her tone decisive. "Prepare for an evasive thrust maneuver, now." The order was a calculated gambit, designed to shift the warship's position with enough speed to break the enemy's formation. In the command center, the rapid flurry of keystrokes and the cascade of sensor data formed a tapestry of urgency and precision. The maneuver began as the ship shuddered violently, a torrent of energy surging through its engines. Outside, enemy fire streaked past like errant comets. The UNS Warship, momentarily illuminated by the residual glow of battle, twisted and turned through the celestial arena in defiant arcs. It was a dance of survival, a delicate ballet where every calculated motion carried the weight of destiny. Through the comm channels, terse exchanges echoed like whispered prayers. "Shields at maximum. Reroute all power to forward arrays," came the rapid reply from Lieutenant Voss, his voice tight with focus. The dialogue, clipped yet laden with urgency, was a testament to the trust and mutual reliance forged under the pressure of interstellar combat. In a fleeting moment that stretched into eternity, Captain Mara's tactical genius shone as she exploited a brief gap in the enemy's advance. Seizing the opportunity, she initiated a counteroffensive protocol that had been conceived in countless simulations and rehearsals. A concentrated volley of photon torpedoes and pulse lasers surged from the warship, targeting the enemy's flagship at the heart of the formation. The ensuing explosion was cataclysmic, a fiery bloom that rippled through space, sending shockwaves that reverberated across both fleets. General Zeiler's calm composure faltered for a heartbeat as his forces recalibrated to the unexpected onslaught. His strategic mind, as relentless as the tides of time, quickly adapted to the shifting battlefield. Yet, the impact of Mara's decisive action had altered the momentum, tipping the scales in favor of the human defenders, if only marginally. For the crew of the UNS Titan-class warship, the clash was as much a test of spirit as of technology. Each officer, every enlisted sailor, found their resolve hardening in the furnace of combat. Amid the roar of engines and the relentless barrage of enemy fire, the warship became a living, breathing testament to human ingenuity and determination, a bastion of hope standing firm against an overwhelming tide of alien might. As the battle raged on, every pulse of energy and every calculated maneuver echoed with the promise of survival and the cost of defiance. In this crucible of war, where titanic forces collided with unmatched ferocity, the fate of not just a ship, but of humanity itself, hung precariously in the balance. In the aftermath of the Titanic clash, the silence that followed was as profound as the roar of battle had been. The UNS Titan-class warship, scarred and battered yet still resolute, drifted through the black expanse, a lone bastion amid the debris of shattered enemy formations and the lingering haze of cosmic conflict. The celestial tapestry outside bore silent testimony to both the fury of battle and the fragile peace that now hung over the void. Inside the ship, the atmosphere was heavy with the weight of loss and the quiet determination to rebuild. Damaged corridors were illuminated by emergency lights that painted long, solemn shadows across walls etched with the scars of conflict. Crew members, weary and stained by the trials of war, moved with a deliberate pace, each step a testament to their collective will to endure. Amid the controlled chaos, the soft hum of repair drones and the steady murmur of systems coming back online resonated as a fragile hymn to survival. Captain Mara Jansen, standing alone on the observation deck, gazed out at the shimmering remnants of distant explosions and drifting wreckage. Her eyes, though tired, burned with a quiet intensity, a blend of relief and sorrow intermingled with the raw determination to honor those who had fallen. In that reflective solitude, she replayed the battle's events like a series of indelible memories. The decisive maneuver, the fleeting moment of brilliance, and the harrowing cost that each victory demanded. The bridge, once the nerve center of rapid-fire commands and tactical brilliance, now held a somber air of introspection. Lieutenant Arlen Voss and the remaining officers gathered in hushed clusters, sharing quiet words of condolence and cautious plans for the next steps. The earlier whispers of internal discord had been silenced by the unifying fire of survival, yet the scars of betrayal and doubt lingered, reminding everyone that true unity was hard-won and perpetually fragile. Beyond the ship, the cosmic battlefield was slowly reclaiming its quiet dignity. The enemy's formations had dissipated into scattered fragments, their once proud vessels now drifting as ghostly relics of a war that had exacted its toll on both sides. General Zyler Volkine's forces, having been repelled by the unexpected ferocity of the UNS counterattack, retreated into the depths of uncharted space, a tactical withdrawal that left unanswered questions about their next move. Even in defeat, the alien commander's resolve remained, a silent promise that the war was far from over. In the days that followed, as the warship underwent extensive repairs and the crew nursed their wounds, the echoes of battle evolved into a new kind of dialogue, one of reflection and resolve. Captain Mara convened meetings with her senior officers, not merely to analyze tactical successes and failures, but to redefine the moral compass that had guided them through the darkness. Every strategy, every decision, was weighed against the backdrop of human cost and the enduring question of what it meant to wield power responsibly. The central theme of their struggle, power, responsibility, and the price of defiance, resonated deeply with every individual aboard. Personal losses were acknowledged in quiet ceremonies held in memory of those who had given their lives, while plans for a renewed defense were laid with the precision of seasoned tacticians. The Titan-class warship, now more than just a vessel, had become a symbol of resilience, a floating monument to the indomitable spirit of humanity that dared to defy cosmic odds. As the UNS began to marshal its strength for the uncertain future, the captain's reflections on the observation deck deepened. In the infinite stretch of space, every star flickering in the distance seemed to whisper a promise of hope, even as it bore witness to the cost of conflict. Mara's resolve solidified into a quiet vow, to lead with both courage and compassion, to honor the sacrifices made, and to ensure that the lessons of war would forge a path toward a more enlightened future. In this final moment of reckoning and renewal, the Titan-class warship sailed steadily forward, a vessel not defined solely by its scars, but by the enduring legacy of those who had fought and dreamed beyond the void. Every echo of the past mingled with the hopeful cadence of tomorrow, marking the end of one turbulent chapter and the uncertain dawn of a new era in humanity's endless odyssey among the stars.